year got a hindsight. 8 years been one long blindside. I could pinpoint 7 more turns that occurred, cause he never really healed from the first. Oh, what a world, and he hack as a myth, and he dap as a joke, and he map as a trick, and he graph as a hoax. Ease on down, I'm burning up, I'm bleeding out. No one ain't half the battle, that's a bullshit quip written by some asshole. You can own what you are, still sit around stoned in your car, not doing shit, halfway to nil, cranky and waiting for a boss key and hat full of bills. Get out the car, Ace.
Oh my god. I'm so glad I made this side channel so that I have a place to just dump all of this shit that just fills up here. I have a place to dump it into finally, you know. I just want to let you guys know up front that I'm about to go off the reservation here, which is good, because if I'm going off the reservation, then I'm not giving in to the indoctrinations of society. And I know that sounds crazy, and it's probably turning a lot of my viewers off right now, but I really don't give a shit. This is the side channel, and this is what this is for. This is a place for me to just like regurgitate brain matter creatively through videography and whatever you want to call it. This is a place for me to just, this is like a journal of mine. And there might be some skits here and there, but who knows. I wanted to get sincere with you guys, and this is something that, like, I think that a lot of people, there's probably many people like me who are struggling with this right now, who are trying to connect the dots, but like at this point right now, I'm not sure if there's enough coherent information in existence that would allow dots to be connected, if that makes sense. I've been thinking about this daily for at least a month now. So here's my question. Here's my question to you viewers. And I wanna know the honest to God truth. Have you ever had anything happen to you? It doesn't have to be a physical happening. It can be a psychological happening, an emotional happening. But something happens in your life. You see something, you hear something, you witness something, and it is obvious to you that there's fuckery afoot. Like right away, you're just like, no. Are you kidding me? That shit happens to me all the time. It almost seems, and this is where I'm going off the reservation, there's a certain amount of absurdity required for this feeling that I'm talking about to like develop inside of you. But when it happens, it's undeniable, and you're just like, wait just a second. Is this real life? Like that's the first thought that comes to my mind. Like, is this real life? Are we living in the Matrix? Am I a video game character? Those are the thoughts that go through my head, you know? And it's just like, no, it's just too much to process, and you're like, you look around and you're like, certainly somebody at work, somebody in the family, certainly a long distance cousin will be like, oh man, no, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's just the media, or it's just pop culture, or no, this led to that, and they did this, and now it's this, and this is the story we're getting, and yeah, it makes perfect sense. Just don't worry about it, you know. Just drink some beer and kiss your kids, send them off to school, go work hard tomorrow, and forget about it. Like, I mean, I feel like that's society in a nutshell, but that never happens. With that being said, this whole John Podesta shit has fucked my mind up. It really has fucked my mind up. And it's the first time my mind's been fucked up in a little while. I mean, in a little while. The Wikileaks, okay? I mean, I don't know how many of you are fans of Julian Assange, but like, I'm a fan of Julian Assange. I'm a fan of Edward Snowden. So I was talking about how things happen and it shakes us, and we're just like, they're like, what the fuck's going on right now? Like, really, what is going on right now? It makes you question the very fabric of your political systems. It makes you question the very fabric of human comprehension, human understanding. I love those things, by the way. But I don't seek them out. They just hit me. They just hit me. I'm not going out like looking for conspiracies. Right? I mean, I think that most people like me or mentally related to me had an Alex Jones phase in their high school years, but I mean, we outgrew that shit, you know, and we moved along and we kind of figured out like what's pro wrestling and what's MMA. You know, you figure that shit out. You're like, okay, that motherfucker's full of shit. You eventually figure that shit out. But since I do kind of hold Julian Assange and WikiLeaks up here, when I first heard this Podesta email leak, when I first heard about it, I was like, okay. And then I heard that Tom DeLonge was mentioned in the email links, and I was born in '88, so I grew up a small time frame, like listening to Blink-182, and I was like, what the fuck is Tom DeLonge doing talking to Hillary Clinton's campaign manager? Like, it made no sense to me. And I've always been fascinated with outer space and what's out there. I mean, I have a main channel that's 100% dedicated to trying to discover shit that hasn't been discovered. I mean, it's obvious that I would be interested in out there, because out there is a wild west, you know? I mean, that's the gold rush. What's out there? Like, that's the epitome of adventure, like outer space. And I saw Tom DeLonge popped up and Joe Rogan was interviewing him, and I was like, Tom DeLonge, that don't even sound appealing, you know? That doesn't even sound like a podcast I would listen to. So Tom DeLonge popped up and I was like, the fuck is he doing on Joe Rogan, you know? So I didn't listen to it. But simultaneously, I was like, I'm always like looking at the most recent like footage of Sasquatch. Like, give me that next blurry image. Give me some fake shit that I can just mentally and romantically jack off to. Give it to me. I love that shit. I love it. And I have a way of separating like that part of myself from like my real self. There's a threshold that has to be crossed before I really start taking some shit serious, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And for me, with this alien shit, I was watching. I mean, I can't remember a time in my life when I wasn't watching the most recent UFO videos. I've been subbed to I don't know how many channels my entire life watching this shit, and I'm just like, oh, that's fake as fuck shit. Oh, yeah, that might be real. I don't know. It wasn't until I saw that this shit had been leaked through WikiLeaks, who Julian Assange is over, that Tom DeLonge, I'm just like, why the fuck is Hillary Clinton's campaign manager emailing Tom DeLonge of Blink-182 about aliens? Why? That was that critical moment for me. Okay? There's been a lot of shit that's happened since then. And no, I haven't been going to like conspiracy theorist websites trying to like conspiracy theory websites trying to like connect the dots. No, I've just been like just sitting back, just like waiting for the shit to come up in the news. And yes, I mean the news did cover it a little bit, you know. I mean it was on the news for like a day. But I'm just sitting here like thinking, okay, there have been tens of thousands of UFO sightings in this country since the 40s, and the mainstream media has never acknowledged it. Sure, they covered Roswell, they covered Area 51. There were some whistleblowers that led to them covering it, but I mean, as soon as they covered it, that shit got shut the fuck down. Shut down instantly. And that's pretty much been the precedent ever since. And it's just kind of been an echo chamber in the like UFO community ever since. Like they talk amongst themselves, and the rest of society looks at them like they're retarded, and they're like, oh, you're one of those guys. Oh, okay. Oh, you believe there's some shit out there? Okay. Well, I happen to be a person that believes that you would be absolutely retarded to think that there's not anything out there. This is what I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at. I think that our government has been privy to alien technology for quite a while. I really do. I do. I'm not saying since Roswell, since Area 51, but I think that a large majority of the things that people see is simply our own technology. Because I honestly, in my heart, I honestly believe that our government is unfathomably smarter than we are. And it would not surprise me if they had not either contacted an ancient race of people or downed an alien spacecraft and reverse engineered it. And like I said, I know I'm going off the reservation here. I don't care. I mean, it just seems so logical to me. And it's gotten to a point to where if somebody thinks that's a silly idea, it's where I'm just like, okay, dude. I think people need to be made uncomfortable about making other people feel stupid about ideas that are not all that unrealistic. Okay, so here's my theory. I think that Al Qaeda, the bad guy Muslims, I think that terrorism is losing its bite. And I think that our government has had a grasp on certain technologies for quite a while. You can remember back in the 80s when that stealth plane, the fucking thing that looked like a triangle, I mean, that was back in the 80s. That was back in the 80s. We didn't have cell phones then. And this damn thing's, like, for real. What do they have now? What do they have now? I'm telling you, it's probably so advanced that it's incomprehensible to our meek little sheltered, haven't contacted alien life minds. I guarantee you, these motherfuckers are planning a fake alien invasion. A fake alien invasion. It sounds crazy as hell. I know it does. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was an alien. I know it does. It does. It sounds crazy as hell. But it's just so crazy that these emails get leaked. The Podesta emails get leaked. And all of a sudden, not only do you have the Pentagon having some footage leaked, or they release some footage of some like jets chasing an unidentified flying object, and they bring this fighter pilot out and he's like, yeah, I was the one chasing it, and I don't know about you guys, I'm a fighter jet pilot, and I can tell you with certainty that what that thing did, no human could survive those movements. For the past month, it's just been one thing after another getting released ever since those emails got leaked. And I think that it's because, I'm not sure if it's because like more information they wanted got released, and now they're trying to like save face, and they're like, oh yeah, we had a secret UFO program. And I'm going to provide links to this shit in the description, just in case you guys think I've just lost my mind. It's cabin fever, and I'm not thinking straight, and I've become a conspiracy theorist overnight. No, like this shit is like on Forbes, this is on CNN, this is on Fox News. Like they're suddenly reporting on UFOs because these emails were leaked. They did not report on UFOs at all until these emails were leaked. So I think they're trying to save face, and I also think They're trying to warm the public up to the idea that there is life out there. Okay, and I predict within the next year, 2018, there's going to be more of this shit coming out. More and more and more. Like right now, like before these emails were leaked, 60% of the American population were open to the idea that we're not alone in the universe. I mean, that's a high number, you know? I mean, a lot higher than President Trump's approval ratings, or the number of people, the percentage that voted for Trump. I mean, think about that. You know, like we could have an alien president right now. That's how many people believe that they're out there. I mean, if you want to compare it to something. But I think that number, they're wanting it higher. They're wanting people to they're wanting to permeate the news sources with UFO stories to a point at which it's undeniable for the public. They're just like, yeah, of course, yes, we're being visited. Like there's unknown civilizations monitoring us, you know? And as soon as they have us believing it, that's when they're going to pull out their damn ancient astronaut technology, and they're going to pull the greatest hoax of all time, and they're going to start like pulling some UFO 9/11s. They're going to start like doing fake abductions, or they're going to like make it seem like there's a war going on, and there's not. And that's because I think that's because Americans have grown very callous to the idea of like radical Muslims. It's been just beaten and beaten and beaten into us, but we walk out every day, the sun's shining, the birds are singing, and every now and then some crazy dude will get radicalized on like some fucking message board. But other than that, like, there ain't shit going on. Like, we're happier, healthier, safer than there's never been a time in recorded human history that we're more safer than we are now. And you turn on Fox News, depending on who's president, you turn on CNN, and it's just doom and gloom. We're dying. We're on the precipice of war. I mean, we're like breaching extinction. And I think that they know that we don't give a fuck about their little war stories anymore. And in order for those warmongers to continue to make money off of war and human blood, we have to have a real enemy. And if they can't like poke a beehive to create a real enemy, they have to create one. And I think the aliens makes the most sense. I mean, it really does. I mean, technology's look at your smartphone. You're going to tell me technology isn't like our technology, the technology that governments allow us access to. You're going to tell me that their technology isn't 100 times more advanced than that? You're going to tell me that they don't have anti-gravity machines? Of course they do. That's the shit that all these people are seeing. That's the shit that all these people are seeing. And I'm not saying that a small percentage isn't extraterrestrial. Yes, I mean, where the fuck do you think we learned it from? It's in the pyramids. I mean, decode the Bible. I mean, just think about some of the stories. Chariots of fire? The Ark of the Covenant? Well, I mean, Jesus was an alien. Your whole life's a lie. Welcome to the Midnight Hour.